CEO isn't sitting there saying, okay, what's my next gig? They're just not, nor should a chief of staff.
Or if they are, they're doing it, they should be doing it in the same way of
right.
This organizer, I want to move to a bigger, more complex organization. I want a new, the challenge is that it's not moving from a CEO to a different position. It is moving from a CEO to a CEO where they are looking at a different challenge, a more complex, sometimes less of a challenge, depending on where they are in their career and what's going on in their lives. But they're not usually looking at going, I'm a CEO. Where do I want to go next? Oh, I want to be chair of the board or president. I mean, that's a whole different scenario.
Yeah, I mean, the only sort of realistic example of the I'm a CEO and I want to be bigger, better is when you're running for president of the United States. But other than that, I don't know of a CEO that's thinking about their next gig while they're sitting in the seat as a CEO. And I think that chiefs of staff have to approach it similarly. And I'll also just say that, look, I worked recently with a major consulting company and did a chief of staff retreat. And one of the things that we talked about was that, you know, people have been there for decades. And, you know, where do the challenges come in? And look, that's really incumbent upon the organization, the company, to make sure that people not just feel valued, but that they are growing and that they are moving into spaces that they're unfamiliar with. And I think that any company and organization can do that if they devote the resources and time to figuring that out. And that's where, as a chief of staff, again, you're speaking truth to power. So you should be able to do this, which is ask for the things that you want. Think about what are the things that I need to be a better manager, a better leader, a better chief of staff, and go out there and go do it. You know, create those experiences and opportunities for yourself. There are plenty of ways to do that. And I think people just need to sort of think about it from an imagination perspective and not from a, you know, limited, this is my 2-year tour of duty. What do I do? How do I get ahead? Because that serves nobody.
I'm just going to say, it's not that you're not going to get ahead, but the reframing is, how do you get ahead in that role?
Yeah.
It's not that it's not a stepping stone. I know we talk about this a lot. It's not a stepping stone. It is a senior role, and organizations and leadership need to realize that it's a senior role. And the article last week that said that it wasn't a C-suite role, was that Korn Ferry or was it Bloomberg?
It was Korn Ferry. It was Korn Ferry.
I mean, come on, Korn Ferry, do better. I have high regard. I have high regard for Korn Ferry.
So do I. But they're very good at what they do.
They are absolutely brilliant at what they do. But again, is that definition, is that understanding of the role. And it is also the fact of they're seeing how the role is being underutilized, misaligned at the moment, and putting the badge on it that that's what it is, which is fine if you want to accept mediocre. And I'm going to say, I don't know any CEO, any leadership, any organization that really wants to accept mediocre. But if you do want to accept mediocre, fine. Have your person who's called a chief of staff that is not in the C-suite, that is going to stay there for 2 years. You'll do okay. If you don't want to be mediocre and you do want to elevate and you do actually want to surpass and succeed and do better than your competitors, because that is what you are there for, put that role at the right level, get the right type of person into it who is going to grow and grow and grow because they have reached their destination, and your organization, your leadership will only benefit.
Agreed.